In the 16th century, while the rest of the world looked to kings, a force of nature was rising in West Africa. She was born with a thirst for power, a woman who would not bow to a man's world. Her name was Amina, the warrior queen of Zazzau. Born around 1533, Amina was the granddaughter of Sarkinohi, ruler of the great Hausa city of Zazzau. Unlike most princesses, Amina did not spend her childhood hidden behind palace walls. She trained with soldiers, learned the act of combat, and mastered the use of spears and horse riding. While other girls were taught to cook and spin thread, Amina was sharpening blades and commanding respect. When her father died, her brother Karama became king. But the kingdom was restless, surrounded by rivals. Zazzau was rich in trade, trading leather, horses, kola nuts, and even slaves. Everyone wanted a piece of it, and in the midst of this chaos, Amina waited, biding her time. When her brother died after 10 years of rule, the nobles gathered to choose the next ruler. They whispered that no woman had ever sat on the throne. But Amina did not plead. She strode into that room of powerful men confidently, still in her battle gear, and demanded the crown. When the crown touched her head in 1576, the Hausa world changed forever. Within months of her coronation, Amina launched her first military campaign. She did not rule from behind closed doors. She led her armies herself. Fierce, unyielding, and merciless, she rode at the front lines. Her warriors swore by her name. Her enemies trembled when they heard the thunder of her horses. For 34 years, Queen Amina led conquest after conquest, expanding Zazzau land farther than any ruler before her. From Kano to Katsina, from Nupe to the edge of the Niger, city-states fell under her banner. Her kingdom stretched across 1,000 kilometers, vast, powerful, and unstoppable. But Amina was not just a conqueror. She was a builder. Wherever she conquered, she ordered great walls to be raised, fortifications of sun-baked clay and crushed stones. These walls, known as Amina walls, still stand in fragments across northern Nigeria today. They were not just defenses, they were a statement. This is Amina's land. This is Amina's legacy. But with power comes fear, and with fear comes legend. They say Amina took lovers from every city she conquered, and when dawn broke, those men were executed, so no one could claim intimacy with the Queen of Zazzau. Was this truth or a myth crafted by fearful men who could not understand a woman with such power? We would never know, but the whispers of those stories ensured no man would ever forget the price of crossing the warrior queen. Her reign was not eternal. Around the year 1610, Queen Amina marched her armies into the land of Nupe. It was her last campaign. Records differ. Some say she fell in battle. Others say betrayal struck within her own camp. But one thing is certain, she never returned to Zazzau. The warrior queen died on the field as she had lived, with a sword in her hand and fire in her eyes. Today, centuries later, her shadow still stretches across Nigeria. Towns still bear the scars of her wars. Walls she built still stand in silence, and her name, Queen Amina, has become legend. She was not just a queen. She was a symbol of power, defiance, and ambition. She was proof that even in an age ruled by men, a woman could carve her name into the stone of history with blood, sweat, and steel. Some call her a hero, some call her a tyrant, but one truth cannot be denied. Queen Amina of Zazzau was unforgettable. She was a warrior queen who lived and died by the sword.